He just wanted tomatoes, goats, and peace. But the HOA president next door came charging in a golf cart, armed with a rule book, binoculars, and pure chaos. My name's Doug Wires, a 48-year-old retired firefighter. After decades of sirens and late-night emergencies in Phoenix, I finally found peace. A white farmhouse sitting on 5 acres in Hickory Bend. All I wanted was tomatoes in the garden, a few goats, and silence under an open sky. But my peace didn't last long. Maureen Kettle, the infamous HOA president of Willowcrest, stormed down my gravel drive in a golf cart plastered with rules and a bumper sticker that screamed, "No chickens allowed." She leapt out in sandals, waving a giant binder like it was the law itself. She jabbed a finger at my farmhouse, shrieking that my porch swing was unauthorized and my driveway unholy. Then, without missing a beat, she dialed 911 to report me for what she called an unapproved lifestyle choice. Within days, she began her campaign. Flyers stuffed in my mailbox, Comic Sans notices condemning my porch swing, and complaints to the county about roosters I didn't even own. My only rooster was the sound of wind chimes. Her obsession grew louder. Neon-taped notices appeared on my fence posts, warning of unregulated living. She filed complaints about my compost heap, calling it hazardous waste. Inspectors came, laughed, and left, but Maureen didn't stop. Frustrated that her complaints weren't working, Maureen built a 6-foot barrier at the edge of Willow Crest. It looked like a miniature Berlin Wall covered in hand-painted rules. No open-toed shoes on Mondays, and mandatory smiles beyond this point. Every morning at 7:30, she parked her golf cart at the border, staring into my yard with military binoculars. She scribbled in a leather journal and shouted accusations through a megaphone. "Your mailbox is too tall! That tree looks suspicious!" I decided to test her limits. One Saturday, I hosted a small bonfire with a few friends. Guitars, root beer, and laughter. But to Maureen, it was Armageddon. She called every department imaginable: fire, zoning, health, even the historical society. Her masterstroke was a forged land survey, trying to annex 20 feet of my property into Willow Crest. The paperwork even had a fake signature from a surveyor who'd been dead for 3 years. I'd had enough. I gathered drone footage, notarized surveys, security camera clips of Maureen sneaking at night, and even recordings of her endless agency calls. With all that, I walked into the county office, ready for war. To celebrate, I hosted a non-HOA appreciation cookout. Word spread fast, and soon over 100 neighbors filled my yard. Grills smoking, kids in a bounce house, music playing from the porch. Even 2 board members came in secret. Maureen snapped. She drove her golf cart into the drainage ditch, crawled out covered in mud, and chained herself to my mailbox with a homemade sheriff's badge. She screamed that my wind chimes were psychological warfare and my compost was a biological weapon. Finally, the county pressed charges. Maureen faced the judge for harassment, forged documents, and impersonating an officer. The ruling was swift: community service, thousands in damages, and a 5-year ban from HOA leadership. For once, her rulebook was useless.